Welcome back to Short Times. Today I'm going to walk you through the film, The Invisible Guest from 2016, written and directed by Oriol Paulo. So let's get started. The film begins with Adrian Doria, a Spanish businessman, is free on bail after being arrested for the murder of his girlfriend, Laura Vidal. His lawyer, Felix Leiva, recruits famous defense attorney Virginia Goodman. She pays him a visit at his flat and informs him that the prosecutor has located a witness who will be speaking in front of a judge soon. They only have 3 hours to prepare a case, so Virginia advises her client to give her the complete truth. Following that, Virginia is told by Adrian about how he and Laura ended their relationship months ago. Then after a few months they received a call threatening to demand €100,000 and force them to travel to a remote hotel. At the hotel, Adrian was knocked out and awoke to discover Laura dead in the restroom. The authorities discovered Adrian to be the sole suspect because the windows and door were locked from the inside. Virginia inquired further on the threatening call. Then Adrian goes on to explain an earlier event, when he pretended to be in Paris, but was actually in a cabin with Laura. While they are returning to Barcelona by car, to avoid a deer, Adrian drifts, clipping another vehicle, which then strikes a tree. They are unharmed, but the other car's driver, a 23-year-old bank employee called Daniel Garrido, is killed. Laura argues that since Daniel was texting and not wearing a seatbelt, it is not totally their fault. When another car approaches, Laura pulls Daniel's body across the passenger seat and pretends to exchange insurance information with Adrian. Later, Laura waits in Adrian's non-starting car for a tow truck. At the same time, Adrian places Daniel's body in the trunk of his car and pushes it into a lake. Later, Laura picks up Adrian next to the lake and explains how his car was fixed. Tomas, an automobile engineer, passed by and offered to assist Laura when she said she had struck a deer. He towed Adrian's car to Tomas's home to fix it. After speaking with Tomas's wife Elvira, Laura discovered Daniel Garrido was their son after viewing some family photos. Tomas became suspicious of Laura's identity when she adjusted the driver's seat in Adrian's car as she prepared to leave. Later at Barcelona, Adrian breaks off his relationship with Laura, and he sells his car to a scrap yard and reports it stolen, presumably for good. A couple days afterwards, Tomas has reported Adrian's license plate number to the police, so Adrian is called to the station. In Paris, Felix sets up a fake excuse for Adrian and bribes the police so that Adrian's name won't be included in the Garrido case file. And after that, the media report that Daniel is on the run after stealing money from a bank. When Adrian confronts Laura, she confesses that she grabbed Daniel's wallet when they placed his body in the trunk, then hacked into his bank staff's account and stole the money. Despite Adrian's warnings that what she did was wrong, Laura threatens to implicate both of them. Some days later, Adrian wins the title of European Businessman of the Year, and Tomas approaches him while pretending to be a reporter at the award ceremony. Adrian brings out the same cigarette lighter that Tomas saw when working on the car, and Tomas notices it. As security removes Tomas, he begs Adrian to let him know where his son's body is so that he can bury him. Days later, Laura is sent a picture of a lake with orders for Adrian to take her to the remote hotel and pay €100,000. Following that, Adrian speculates that the driver they spotted passing by right after the accident may be the blackmailer. If he had stayed behind Adrian as he threw the car into the lake. Back in the present, Virginia recommends that Adrian can make the defense that he saw the attacker's face in the remote hotel room and that he was Tomas in order to protect himself. Adrian then admits that he always knew it was Tomas since he saw his face, but he didn't say anything, simply because he was checking her. Later, Virginia recommends placing Laura's item in Daniel's car's trunk, along with Daniel's body, which leads cops to believe that she acted alone. At the same time, Adrian admits this while pushing the automobile into the lake. Daniel awoke, like he had merely been unconscious. An autopsy would show that he was killed. Virginia is visibly taken aback. However, she cannot state this to the judge. Because of the contract with Adrian, Virginia claims that Laura's medical records reveal that she was suffering from anxiety, most likely due to a guilty conscience, and that Adrian is lying to make it appear that Laura was the mastermind behind their deception. Virginia, on the other hand, believes that Tomas set him up because Elvira, Tomas's wife, works at the same hotel where Laura's body was discovered. As a result, Elvira could have easily unlocked the window for her husband to flee after killing Laura, and locked the window to make it appear as though no one else had entered. Virginia claims that Tomas has been following him, Adrian, Felix, and even herself, and she points to an apartment across the street where Tomas is hiding. She constantly pushes Adrian, who finally admits to murdering Laura and faking the scene. Later, Felix calls and leaves a message on Adrian's voicemail at home. He was pleading with him to call back because he couldn't contact him on his mobile. Virginia states that she takes a quick 10-minute break, and he returns Felix's call. He answers Felix's call. With extreme urgency, she leaves the apartment. In the meantime, Adrian picks up his phone and dials Felix. Felix again assures Adrian that he was unable to reach him, and explains that the prosecution's witness is in fact the other driver, but that his quiet was obtained through bribes. Felix inquires about how the meeting with Virginia is going, and high-pitched tones start to disrupt the call. Adrian discovers that their entire conversation is being recorded. He remembers Virginia turning off his phone earlier, perhaps to prevent a cell phone signal from interfering with the recording. When he looks from the inside of the apartment across the street, he notices Tomas standing next to Virginia, who reveals that she is actually Elvira Garrido in costume. As the actual Virginia Goodman arrives at Adrian's apartment, Tomas calls the police based on the confession Elvira extracted from Adrian, and the film comes to an end at that point.